My first stream here. I got Simple Jack here with me. I figured we'd talk about games, the games we grew up on, games we play now, and whatever else we want to talk about.
Morning.
Like some of the games I still play right now, though. I gotta say, I miss the simplicity of like with the Sega Genesis games. You
Yes.
know, Sonic, like Sonic. And have you ever played like Jungle Strike or
Yes.
have
There
you
you
ever
go.
played like Jungle Strike or anything?
Yes. Yes, I remember those classics. I remember those
Oh
classics.
yeah,
Played plenty of classic games. Probably just grew up playing games with my family mostly and some neighbors, and going over to my neighbor's house and figuring out what games were like. Whoa, what's this? And seeing Nintendos and and just blowing the cartridges and getting games to work like
oh
that.
yeah,
And yeah,
oh
like
yeah.
the
Get the game
classics.
to work. Blowing that in the old cartridge there.
Yeah, and then going to your friend's house for hours, and while
Yeah.
they're like trying to play their game or their family's trying to live their life. Like, who are these bums over here? It's like, no, no, no.
Well, I started on the Sega Genesis there because the only games my mom could really play was Sonic
Mm.
because she had trouble with her hands. But so that old simplicity there really helped with her when she wanted to play the games and all that.
No, my sister loved those kind of games. I enjoyed the whole spin up of Sonic and the story behind the games. Like, it was kind of interesting how, everything to do with video games, the stories, the graphics, the colors, the whole
Yeah.
getting out of the world and seeing what people had in their imagination and presenting it in digital form was really cool to see
Yeah.
and experience. I really enjoyed that stuff.
Oh.
But the game that really hooked us was Halo. I think that's the first game I really put too much time and effort into. The first Halo,
Oh, I
you
got
know.
Halo 2 there. Well, I always got mad with me. I always ended up playing with one of my friends, and he was always a camper, and I always respawned in the exact same spot. So as soon as I'd respawn, I'd get sniped right in the head there. Then I'd respawn in the exact same spot again.
That's one of the first games I heard the whole gamer language was Halo. I know that there was 007 before that, but I was too young to really get into 007 when it came out on N64. I was one of those guys who just was cannon fodder and was just trying to figure out like like my hands were too small for the controller and stuff. And it was Halo that really caught me, and so started learning all the terms of camper and noob and the trick shots and 360 like, no scopes and headbutts. Yeah, all that kind of stuff for gaming.
Yeah.
Such a fun learning experience.
Oh yeah.
So and I had a
Well, hello,
friend.
Random Menace. How's the future treating you?
Pardon?
Oh, the Random Menace. He said greetings from the future. So I'm gonna ask him how the future's treating him.
Oh, that's so much fun. Greetings from the future.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Well, that's a good thing that still we have a future. You know what I mean? That we got somebody chatting in the future and be able to come back and watch YouTube shows. That'd be kind of
Yeah.
fun technology. That's not technology. We already have that actually archived. My bad.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind playing like a game like on a holodeck from like the Star Trek franchise there, a holodeck. Playing in one of those, that'd be so much fun.
So I asked Sun Lee, he's another YouTube content creator for video games. I asked him if you could bring one video game and console with you, what game would it be? You know what I mean? We were thinking about this, and he was thinking about Ghost of Tsushima, which is a samurai game. It's on first came out on the PS4, and it's won all kinds of awards, and it's been updated to the PS5, and it's supposed to be an amazing game of story,
Oh.
graphics, everything you can think of when it comes to single story campaign kind of game. So.
They almost get blasted
Go
with
ahead.
me to you, but I'm more of an Xbox guy.
Nice, nice.
Yeah,
I tried Xbox.
even though my Xbox original's acting up on me, but
Yeah, I had that experience. The red eye of
yeah.
death, everything
Well,
like
no,
that.
it powers on and all that, but after playing for about 10 minutes, it just randomly just shuts off.
Yes, maybe it just needs to be cleaned. That's what it sounds like. Internal cleaning. It's amazing what these machines were built like back in the day. They were bricks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were tanks. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, my friend Shauna's watching there. Hey, Shauna, feel free
Hey, welcome,
put
battle buddy.
comments and all that. There, talk to us and all that. We'll read your comments.
Way cool.
Yeah.
Way cool. Yeah, so right now I'm currently playing Battlefield 2042, which is it's a game that you can pretty much play on most consoles, not every console. Like you can play on PC, which is computers. You can play on Xbox currently, and the PlayStation currently. I don't think you can play on the Nintendo's systems right now. So, but it's a huge map and first person shooter game with 128 players on the map trying to have fun doing all kinds of stuff, and it's a war game, so you can imagine stuff included in war, people shooting
Yeah.
each other, helicopters, tanks, and stuff like that. And so, what kind of games are you interested in right now?
Well, right now all I've been really playing is Minecraft, but also been playing Grand Theft Auto: The San Andreas because
Nice, nice.
I personally I think Grand Theft Auto ended with San Andreas there because I tried playing four. I quit playing after 5 minutes because
Oh,
I hopped in a car there and I started driving and I hit a wall and I went through the windshield over the wall and down, dropped about 50 feet and died. I was like, then after I got to the hospital, I went to go. I was like, I didn't think I need a weapon there. I went up and punched a cop, and he went down on his hands and knees, put his hands behind his head. I was like, oh come on, I at least want to have a fist fight with the cop before
yeah,
they arrest me.
that's funny. That's funny.
So I was like
That's a
5 minutes.
classic.
San Andreas there, it's so much fun. At least you can swim if you fall in the water. You can actually have a fight with the cops. Instead of they just busting you right away and stuff.
Mhm.
You don't
Mhm.
fly through the windshield when you hit something.
I was always impressed by the Rockstar games and what they're able to do. It's pretty amazing following the Rockstar and Grand Theft Auto series, and I'm really interested in what they're going to do with the franchise coming forward with more Rockstar Grand Theft Auto games. So they kind of took Grand Theft Auto 5 to a crazy level of
Yeah,
just
I couldn't play that
DLCs.
on my Xbox. I need to get an external hard drive for that.
Really,
Yeah.
you ran out of internal space.
Yeah, well, I got the cheap Skylander one from Walmart when they first came out, the Xbox Skylander edition.
Okay.
Yeah, so it has very little storage on it. I couldn't even play World of Tanks on it.
That's what I noticed about my current console, which is the PlayStation 5, is I had to buy an external hard drive myself to store all the PS4 games because one, Call of Duty Warzone is such a large game; it took up most of the storage space. So I had to, figure a way to enjoy all these games and still have space. So I have a 4 terabyte hard drive attached to my PlayStation 5
Well, I
external
think
hard
they
drive.
purposely do that to make people buy that extra hard drive. It's a money grab.
Not only that, they're saying there's an update or upgrade I can do to my PS5 to get 2 terabyte internal storage right now, but it's still real pricey. So I'm gonna wait probably a couple years, or we'll see what
Yeah,
happens. But it's
yeah. So
interesting to see.
it's all a money grab. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's close to $500, I believe, which is almost the same price as the console.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Then,
you're right. Everything's designed so much just to money, 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 money. But
yeah.
yeah, there's so much money out there.
I just shared. I think I just shared. Random Menace there this thing where he says he's only 7 hours. He only knows the future for 7 hours ahead. After that, he's clueless.
Hmm.
I think it's shared.
That's funny. That's awesome. That just means he's 7 hours. Yeah, he's that's pretty interesting. So maybe he's in 7 hours someplace in Asia or somewhere, the Asian continent maybe or Australia.
I believe he is. He's in Czechoslovakia.
There you go. Oh, there you go. That's amazing to have these world friends being
Yeah,
connected through the internet and the interwebs.
yeah. It's kind of funny. He's the one that talks to. He's the one person I know, other than the guy we call Mr. President. There, that's from another country that I know of that talks on a regular basis. There, and I
Mm-hmm.
just happen to be Czechoslovakian too by heritage. There, I mean, our family came over in the 1800s, but I'm mostly Czechoslovakian and Native American with a little German in me.
Wow, that's a great mix. That's a great
Yeah,
mix. How interesting. It's amazing how the world mixes. Yeah, I'm a huge mix myself. Let me see. So I'm Filipino and white, which is pretty much English, English and Irish. which is white, and then Filipino, which is Spanish, Japanese, and I believe Hindu, a little bit of Hindu or Indian.
Okay. See, I'm Native American, not Indian. Indian.
Yes, yes, yes.
See, that can get confusing with some people there.
Hmm.
Well, it's kind of, it can get confusing there especially. It's like though whenever someone asks, they always ask the more offensive way. So
So, but yeah, right now I'm currently playing. I'm currently playing 2042 just for some practice rounds since the PlayStation 4 edition. It's a little more mellow there, a little smaller map, and always got to keep on practicing. I guess that's what my goal is. Get better
oh,
and better.
yeah, that's all you can do is more practice.
Yeah, yeah. So, and I just started streaming recently. And is this how many streams have you done now? Is this your second stream, or like how
This
are
is
you
my
just
very
getting in?
first. This is my very first stream that I'm hosting. I'm on Salty Trekker streams a lot. I'm on Vile Mics quite a bit there. It- There, those are the two main ones I'm on the panels with.
Nice. And
So
what's your goal for this? Is this like a talk show kind of channel? Well, what's your goals for your channel
just sit
here?
there and chat about whatever I decide the topic is. Like today is gaming's. I might want to talk about a certain aspect in one of my favorite books, and stuff. But
Oh,
the
cool.
thing with that, like my original thought was that I wanted to talk about like the population law and the Shadow Children series, which you don't even have to read the books. I could just describe the law to you. We
Yeah,
could
I'm
talk about
interested.
something like that is pretty good because, like in that series there was a series of back to back droughts and famines there that
Okay.
was starving the world there. So they created this spot. They elected this dictator into office there, and they created this thing called the population law, where everybody only two people are allowed to have, or they're only allowed to have two children. Then then if you have a third child and you're found out, you and your whole family's just gone. They killed the whole family.
Yeah.
Because that's like it'd be like the Prime Directive to Star Trek, only it's actually enforced.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's pretty gnarly.
And like, would this something be good, like a good law, bad law? I mean, there's an old saying desperate times call for desperate measures. And that'd be a desperate measure. But could they go any other route, or you know, it'd be like some simple thing you don't even really think about in the books because the book's meant for teens and that, but it'd be something to have a good long discussion on.
That's a bad law. Yeah, it's a bad law. In my opinion, it's a bad law. Let people have freedom of choice.
Yeah, but
As
you
lo-
gotta see the whole world was starving. They're running out of food because they couldn't. There was there was worldwide droughts. That's why the law was enacted.
right, but even with any birth of of any new child would affect that. So
Yeah,
just the limitation of two doesn't affect the actual. You know what I mean? Yeah, it doesn't
but it's to
affect any.
hold the
It doesn't stop
population
anything.
steady. It was to hold the population steady instead of the population growing like it has been in the last uh,
Well,
or
that's
last
what
1,000 years.
that's what simple math would say. But in like the logical math, two plus two plus two at doubles, multiplies, it quadruplies. It keeps on adding up to a point where two isn't just two plus two anymore. It's two plus four, four plus eight, eight plus 16, 16 plus 32. That's where the number adds up. So no matter what, you cannot call the call or stop the population growth, but just by adding a simple number, because no matter what, it's always doubling. It's always doubling from square one, from two people having a child. So
Huh.
it was actually this is actually a great example of the guy who invented chess. There's a story about that. It's amazing. So the guy who invented chess. I heard this on a TikTok. I guess present the game to a king. Right, the king has so much fun. The king presented the guy who invented chess with the opportunity for any gift the king can have had in his kingdom. And I guess there's only 64 squares on a chessboard, right?
Yeah.
And the guy who invented the chessboard asked for 1 grain of rice to be doubled up on each square until you got to 64 squares. Or I think actually no, it's 256. Is it 256 boards, squares on a chessboard? Well, anyways, by the end of the time,
256, that seems like a lot of too many squares.
well, if you think about it, well, anyways, I don't know how many squares there are, but at the end, it took an accountant 1 week to figure out the number of rice grains it would take up to pay this guy. And in the end, he said there's not enough rice grains in the world that we could have paid this guy. It's an impossible request. And that's just by the doubling feature of one rice grain over 256 squares.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, so you can't call the population by making a imaginary number. It's a it's a monster we cannot stop. Unless someone does like what we maybe present unless what happens in the past with natural disasters and pandemics, natural
Yeah.
disasters and pandemics, yeah. But even then, supposedly in history we were down to 10,000 people and now we're back up to billions, and that took less than 15,000 years.
Yeah, but I think the is gonna start winding down because more and more people are having less kids.
That's what it seems like.
Because
But
if you look at
corona.
like the parents there, each one's one of five. My grandpa
Mhm.
was one of seven. My grandma had a few brothers and sisters. But they used to have these big families of 8, 9, 10 kids. And now most families are two or three, or maybe even one.
Interesting. 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 I don't know. I don't know. Interesting. I haven't had a family yet, so I don't know how many kids I'm gonna have. I would like to have some kids.
Well,
I think a lot of people would like to have some kids.
oh yeah.
So
But then you got
interesting.
also the group that says, "Oh, I don't want kids," or "I don't want kids growing up in my world," so they don't, so they make sure they don't have any kids.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
But I think
Hmm.
the population is going to start declining here in the next 20 years.
That's what Elon Musk is also saying. He's actually worried about that. He's like, either way, yeah, that's what he says.
Yeah.
Either way, it's too big for us. I like to just play video games. That's what's so awesome about it. It kind of escapes the problems, not the problems, but the big questions of the world and what's going on and how people try to solve them. But at this rate, I don't think we have a problem with food or famine or population because we throw so much food away, and there's so many kids, you know,
Oh
that
yeah,
don't
it's
have
amazing
who
how
don't
much.
have families.
Yeah, I used to work in a restaurant, and it's amazing how much food gets thrown away, especially when someone orders something and they're like, "Oh, I this isn't the way I want it done." So, and if it's something you can't fix, you got to throw
Hmm.
it away. Or the one person, they ordered something, and it wasn't to their liking, so they just didn't eat it and they left it. They left it on the whole thing in a bowl.
Hmm.
It's like there's people that could really use this food.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing, and it's pretty sad that there's laws out there that certain stores can't give away food because of liability.
Oh
And
yeah,
we can't give you this food because we're a huge corporation, and the person who takes the food for us might potentially sue us for something. Like
yeah.
that's just gnarly.
Or they
But it's a
they
bad apple that ruins it for everybody. That ruins the
or
whole
like
batch.
if there's like a lot, like at one of the gas stations that go to there, they got leftover pizza after a certain amount of time, they got to throw it away because it's no longer good apparently, or it doesn't taste good, so they don't want to sell it. They actually got to throw bleach. They actually throw bleach in the dumpster there so that people won't go dumpster diving for that pizza. It's like if someone really wants to dig the pizza out of the dumpster, let them.
Oh,
Really.
that's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting.
But it's so that people don't go dumpster diving for their pizza and now to actually go in and buy it.
Mm, hmm.
But I can see a point to that, but also I think that's a little like really if someone wants to dig in a dumpster for a slice of old pizza, let them.
Yeah, yeah. That's a pretty amazing. So glad I don't have to do that. So grateful I don't have to do that.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that lifestyle.
Well, some of the people, it's not that they can't afford it; it's because they just don't want to pay for it.
Yeah.
I know a couple of the people they can afford to go in and get the pizza. They just don't choose to.
Oh, interesting. I've never had. Yeah. Well, that's an interesting way of thinking. Very interesting way. I've never had to do that. That's pretty. Wow. That's gnarly. You can afford pizza, but you choose the other way. Wow, that's pretty amazing. The world is a funny place, my friend. Uh,
Or yeah, yeah, yeah. Have you ever played the game Crimson Skies?
yes, that was a really fun
Oh,
game.
I love that game. I totally love that game. Too bad my Xbox is acting up.
Yeah, the I love prop planes. I love old planes, and Crimson Skies reminds me of that kind of stuff. Even though it
Oh
isn't really
yeah.
what that was, but yeah, it's a cool game.
Oh, this is always fun. Always, it's always fun. That game's always fun. You know, it's one of the few flying games I can actually play. That's control. They can actually control the very easily. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to get my kid to play that. You know, but he apparently likes the water.
Oh, how interesting! How interesting! Yeah, kids are funny. They are very Yeah, the kids are funny. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. Or the other day, he was playing Minecraft there, and he goes, "Oh, he's looking for leather to build some books to build a bookshelf there." And he goes, "Going, I want to go murder some cows. I want to go some. Well, there's a horse right there. That'll give you a leather. No, I want to. I don't want to murder a horse. I want to murder a cow."
Yeah, yeah. Well, some people they're attached to horses a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Yeah, cows. I don't know. Something about murdering cows is way easier than murdering horses. I don't know why.
Uh, no, it's because we eat the cows.
Yeah.
But
It's
but
interesting. A kid would understand that though. We would be able to differentiate the two. You know what I mean? Like he already knows that for some reason the cow goes before the horse. You
yeah, but
know what I mean?
I always think it's fun. I just thought that was funny when he was saying that there because we just there. I mean, Minecraft's a pretty fun game there for to play, and it's easy for the kids to play. You know, and I can't believe how big the world is and how the different stuff they put in it. And I mean, everything's all square and all that, but the game's actually huge and a lot of different aspects to it. It's like you'll never get bored with it.
No, yeah, Minecraft is an amazing game, and it really shows what game developers have lost in a way. That when they're trying to get this whole like, I want the world to look so like crisp and clean and almost real life, but then the game can't function properly without updates or without breaking or crashing. You know what I mean? Where Minecraft doesn't. I guess the word Minecraft crashes if you actually overloaded the map with certain textures or items to a point, or too much dynamite. But it worked.
Oh,
It worked to its limitations. It worked fine.
I haven't
I mean, everybody has
experimented with
was.
the dynamite yet.
Hmm?
I haven't experimented with the dynamite yet.
Oh, you don't have to. Just watch YouTube videos.
I just been building random stuff. You know, there's like no rhyme or reason to my stuff there. You know, it's just like, oh, I got too much granite. Let's start building. But I got like 8 different
Ah.
buildings that are half started. You know, it's like, oh crap.
Oh, thank you, the Random Menace. He's on the same page as I am. He says if you had a penny that doubled its value every day within a few weeks, you're a millionaire. Yeah,
Oh
in
yeah,
a month. Yeah, yeah.
we had that with our math teacher and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
So where we had a bunch of different uh, where we didn't have the where they tell us to go. Would you rather have like $10,000 or a penny a day that doubles after every day for 30 days? You know, it's like a lot of people would always choose like the $10,000
Well, yeah,
until you're.
because you can double $10,000 daily if you did it right.
Oh yeah,
You can if you had the same principle that and somehow figured out the same principle that you had the dollar that doubled every day, you can take the
yeah.
$10,000 and do the same principle. You're ahead of the game, $10,000.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so either
Well,
way, good times, good times.
well,
So this series you're talking about, it's a book series.
yeah, it's 7 books there. It's called it's the Shadow Children series, but you got among the hidden there, among the imposters, among the betrayed, among the barons, among the brave, among the enemy, and among the free. There, it's 7 book series that set. They don't actually mention what series it's set in because the author actually said that she wanted to think the think didn't want to mention like a specific country so that people think, oh, this will never happen here, get people thinking. It's actually a pretty
Yeah.
good series. I mean, it's meant for teens, but I still love it to this day. You know, but also probably doesn't help that I'd be considered a shadow child because I'm the third. I have 2 older sisters.
Ooh, I see. I'm the second one. Ooh, that's interesting. I'm a middle child.
Oh, you just said. Oh, you simply made it there. Don't just think if you couldn't beat up on your younger brother because he couldn't be born.
That's an interesting question to ask a family of 3 or more. You know what I mean? How would
Yeah,
the shadow child respond to that
yeah, and like
question when the other 2 are safe?
yeah, and like my both my parents wouldn't have been born. All my grandparents they wouldn't have been born if the law was enacted then. Go back. Because none of none of my like the for the last 3 generations they're for my like immediate family. They've never been for like the first 2 there. They've always been 3. Oh, I think my mom's number 5. My dad's number 5. I'm not sure on my grandparents. I know they had a couple older siblings
Hmm.
and that. So, but yeah, just
Yeah. Well, it's pretty amazing to hear all the like. I don't know, like getting old, man. People are getting old. It's pretty crazy.
yeah.
It's like everybody around us is getting old. It's just crazy to see that. And all the people who we were growing up with, that we're looked up to, are now getting old, and some of them are moving on to the next path, and it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, yeah. So are you playing? Are you playing any games today? Are you reading?
I
Are you
played.
reading any books today?
I won't be reading. I might play. I've been kind of cleaning the house because I've kind of been slacking on that because Minecraft. I've been playing Minecraft there, but
Yeah.
also it's a question and trek at 3:30. That's a fun.
Oh,
That's a
nice.
fun one. That's a fun trivia game, especially some of the questions they come up with. Then
Mhm.
you got to come up with questions you think will stump Conti or stump the other team. I was like, are and just some of the stuff that's right in the background too. It's just like so you really have had to been paying attention to the shows or movies to answer some of these, and some of them are real simple. Then
Mhm.
there's some that you're sitting there thinking about. Then as soon as you hear the answer, it's like, oh, are you kidding me?
Wow, that's a good point. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to follow TV series and like that too much. I was just too young. I was just watching and enjoying what was on TV. My dad was a big Star Trek fan. We watched the Next Generation.
Yeah. See, my mom
Uh,
got me into Star Trek there, and one of my coworkers talked to me and actually rewatching. I used to watch the Next Generation every once in a while with my mom, but it never
mhm.
interested me. Then me and my coworker there were started talking and stuff, and he was a big Star Trek fan. Not this new crap. He said Star Trek's dead to him now, but I mean, Lower Decks ain't too bad. I Discovery is starting to get a little bit better, but I think that's more. I think the reason I hated Discovery so much was because, like, because the first season you had to read like half the episode, and that just was like what what ticked me off the most. No, though, and then you just once you're mad, you start nitpicking everything else, like the lighting's too dark, those weren't real Klingons or Kling orcs, stuff like that. Picard was
Yeah.
Picard was just too nihilistic and it didn't seem like Star Trek to me. But Lower Decks and Prodigy, I really really like, and I'm looking forward to. I'm gonna give Strange New Worlds a try.
Oh, interesting. What's Strange New Worlds?
It'll follow Captain Pike there, and it's gonna be more episodic, like the old original series and that. But Captain Pike, it's gonna be kind of along the lines of Next Generation there, and where they go to the different worlds and stuff. But it'll be under Captain Pike of the
Yeah,
Constitution class Enterprise.
that's cool. I like that idea.
I think Well, the problem is, I think they're trying to do too many prequels. Like you had Enterprise was a prequel, which is a cool concept, but then Discovery was a prequel, and now you got Strange New Worlds, which will be a prequel to the original series.
The Strange New Worlds is a prequel to the original series. Yeah, yeah, that's in. Wow.
Because Captain Pike
Yeah,
was
I remember
captain of the
him.
Enterprise before Kirk was.
Yeah, yeah. That's a whole. I hope they don't mess that up because there's so much potential. So
Yeah,
much
so
potential in the Star Trek universe for story. That was so cool about it, and now I guess I don't know. They're just doing more about what's so it's dumb. That's what I've heard. It's dumb.
yeah. Too bad most of their games were apparently weren't too good. I tried one of their games for the Xbox 360, Star Trek Shattered Universe, or I think it was. I didn't like it too much, but Star Trek Online's pretty good, fun one to play.
Yeah,
But of
I've
course,
seen
a lot
people
of
play that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't really gone into the PC world and tried the online games like that and the in-depth games of like there's a trade system or yeah, there's
uh,
team systems.
So, how do you get your PS5 to stream on your YouTube page like that?
Oh, it's
So
real
that's
easy. The PS5, it's a feature that's built into the actual console.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just a button press away. They actually have a button just for capturing video that's being played, and a video button just for casting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's really the PS5 is an amazing console, and people ask why would you go with a console over a PC? It's honestly ease of use. Like
Oh,
when I
yeah. The
put a game
controllers
in,
are
I just
always
play it.
easy.
I just put it in and play it. When I get a game for a PC, I have to download it, which is what we have to do. We have to, and then you guys have to upload it, and then you have to, PC players have to configure your PC to the game to how you like it, which is crazy. That takes time. And then you gotta find out what the key bindings are, all the key bindings, and set up that and everything. It's like you gotta do all this setup before you can play the game. I just plug it in and play. And
Oh,
now
yeah.
casting, it's even easier. With a PC, you need a casting system or a driver, you know what I mean? Something to help project it onto YouTube. You need to set all that up. Well, all I have to do is press a button and write a description and a title for a PlayStation and just make sure I have solid internet. It's pretty amazing what you can do with a console and how easy they made life. And people still debate that PC is the way to go when
I don't
all they
know.
have is.
There's quite a few PC games I really loved, but they don't make them anymore just because I liked them.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of games I love. That's one of the reasons why I got the PlayStation over Xbox is because some of the titles were available, like God of War and Ghost of Tsushima, or I heard were award-winning campaigns, which I haven't really heard any award-winning campaign games that have come out on Xbox.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one thing that kind of I was like, well, what can Xbox provide me with a game that can capture me with a story? And I've been waiting. I've just been waiting. So I have the Xbox Game Pass. So when it does available, it's on my PC. And I can play it on PC and it's linked. But I'm still waiting on an Xbox exclusive title that will capture you and the system.
Uh, yeah. I guess I like for computer there. I miss the old simple games, like Dig Dug and Pole Racing and Asteroids. I used to play those a lot. But
Nice.
then, like on the Nickelodeon channel, there you used to play. Was it the Wild Thornberry's Wild Rescue? That was a simple game, but they quit doing that. Then like Zynga, they had a few good games, and then I remember when Facebook used to have all kinds of games on it, but then they stopped doing that. They became just po- they quit doing games on Facebook, and some of those Facebook games were a lot of fun, but they couldn't do them because I think they figured they couldn't make any money off of them,
Right. And what's future games are you interested in?
like future games.
Yeah, that's where my channel is geared towards is games that are current and future games coming out.
I don't know. I guess I never
You
thought
know what I
about
mean?
that.
Yeah, that's what my channel is geared to. Is not is unfortunately, that's how a YouTube channel should be geared to. Is current events and cultural events is what gets traction because that's what the world is searching for.
Mm. Oh, I just figured I like my nerd chat and stuff like that, and game
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about
And so,
all the different games.
what kind of future games are you interested in? Is there anything
I
coming to Minecraft? Is there any new DLC or I know
I
that
know
there
there's
was a Dungeons game coming out. I know there's Dungeons. There's anything coming out for DLC coming out for Minecraft or
yeah Minecraft. They're gonna have another upgrade in June there, I believe. I think they're gonna add a couple biomes and add a few different things in that. I think that so that'll be
that's
interesting there.
that's freaking amazing. That's amazing. And then, are you interested in any of the new consoles right now? Are you interested in the Xbox Series X or is it the
Well,
Series X? Or are you
I
more
can't afford a
interested in?
new console right now, and I, I don't play enough on the consoles to justify getting a new one versus
Oh,
already
okay.
at the old ones. You know, because I work because I'm gone 10, 10, 11 hours out of the day. You know, and then there's a lot of times I'll just go run. There's been there's been weekends I'll take a Saturday and I'll just go to the city to the one city we have about 90 miles away. You know that actually has stuff to do in. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so I go and so I go there and nice thing one of the stores I go there is called Last Stop and they have games all the way the from the PS4 all the way down to the old Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis. You know, and they have books, you know, and all that. I haven't really bought any new CDs because if I want to listen to music, I can just listen on YouTube there.
Yeah, that's what I do now is look for a whole bunch of free copyright music that I'm interested in. It's pretty
Yeah.
amazing how much free content there is out there.
Oh yeah. Well, these people. Well, the thing with YouTube is they get these people get ad revenue, so that's why they post it on YouTube. If they didn't get the ad revenue, they wouldn't be posting.
Well, no, no, you post on YouTube because you can, and you hope that your channel gets traction.
Yeah, no, but if they don't get, yeah, but if they didn't get the ad revenue, a lot of these big music people wouldn't put their music on there because then people won't buy their CDs.
Interesting, interesting. I have a friend right now who's a small channel who posts music who doesn't get any ad revenue.
Oh, well, maybe he's probably trying to get his name out there. One of his songs will take off there. The people share.
Yeah, yeah,
You just got to tell people share. If you like this, share it. Share it with your friends and stuff. Then their
yeah,
friends will
definitely.
share it.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I've created my YouTube channel for is growing my channel and other people's channel at the same time. And
Yeah.
gaming content while doing that because I it's my natural thing to do is when I go home after working all day, I work a physical job and a mental job, so I'm just exhausted some days. I just want to not really do much that takes physical, so I'll just work out and then start video games up. And while I'm doing it, since doing it, I might also just project it onto the internet and see what happens.
Yeah.
And YouTube is the platform I've chose because I believe it's the way to go right now. It's the path I've chosen, but I believe Twitch is also a good platform, and Facebook is also a good platform.
Yeah. On I never even went on Twitch there. I know a lot of people who've done it there.
Yeah, it's definitely a platform that is definitely a must for video gamers and create content creators. It's just another avenue to help your broadcast signal grow. Also, and link up with other broadcast signals to help the signal just capture the world like a glove.
Okay.
Hmm.
So what games are you looking for in the future?
Well, so I got Dying Light 2, which is that new zombie game I'm looking forward to playing right now. And there's a couple more story games that are coming out. I think it was one's called Elden Rising right now. But yeah, it's just Gran Turismo 7 is supposed to be coming out, which is a PlayStation exclusive game. It's a racing game. So that's coming out. Really stoked about that. I really love car games, like simulation games. So I got
Oh,
that. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like Sims 2, like Sims then.
Well, no, no, no. Simulation, I mean, like, it simulates things you can do in real life without doing it. Like, for example, car racing. You know, sometimes I don't have the ability to race high-end sports cars and go to racetracks and spend 8 hours at a racetrack,
Oh,
and spend thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I play car racing simulators. Like I've heard
oh,
of the
okay.
ones they do like Sims. It's hard to explain Sims and simulation because it's these where like Sims where you get these little cartoon avatars and you go around living, I guess, as a cartoon avatar in a cartoon world or avatar world, or I don't know, the Matrix, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really play much Sims, but I do play
Oh, with
simulator games.
those car simulators, that's fun. Like the one there, they had a car simulator where you drive it just like you drive the race car there. I kept crashing into the wall there. Then um, there was they did a simulator here thing a while back. You know what the cops do? Where they put you in the car there and they put these or these drunk these goggles on you that simulate like if your alcohol level is at a certain point something whatever you're supposed to just drive down the street, just drive and see how we'll see how well you did.
Hmm.
That I couldn't the regular car racing one I couldn't drive worth of crap, but I passed that drunk one with flying colors there. They couldn't. I was like, what the hell?
Oh yeah,
But I
yeah,
don't
that's
drink.
funny.
I'll put this
I know that.
disclaimer out there. I do not drink and drive. Just so y'all
Right,
know, I don't
right,
drink
right,
and
right.
drive. I just think it was
Um,
funny that I passed the drunk driving simulator with flying colors.
I know that Grand Theft Auto 2 has, or no, Grand Theft Auto games has that built into their game system, where I think it's a funny feature that you can go to a bar and go drink at a bar and then walk around the town as a drunk person, or get in a car and try to attempt to drive, and it's just like impossible.
Oh, that must have been on the newer ones because I don't. Well, like I said, I quit playing after San Andreas.
Oh, it
I
was in
thought,
San Andreas also.
oh, was it?
Yeah, it was built in since Grand Theft Auto 3, if I remember correctly.
Oh, I haven't played three in a long time. I just played San Andreas because there's so much to do in it too. You know.
Oh, I remember getting San Andreas, and now I actually have San Andreas ported onto my phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a phone ported version or emulated version uh, for a mobile app for Android. So I have San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto 3, and Grand Theft Auto, I believe, 4. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like I said, I couldn't stand for it. I quit playing.
Um. Yeah. I don't know. What else? Oh, this kind of funny. Yeah, I wish there were more games coming out right now. Actually interested. Maybe go check the PlayStation Store because I guess I just got Dying Light, so I still have to play that game. I still have to complete some other games I purchased, like Deep Rock, which is it's almost like actually Minecraft, but it's more like mining and bugs, space bugs trying to attack you while you mine, which is
Oh,
okay.
see, I like to do the mining in Minecraft for some reason. I'm just like a miner.
Yeah, yeah, that's fun. That's fun. Mining away. Mining away. What's gonna call it? Yeah, so let me check out the PlayStation Store. Oh, yeah, the Guardians of Galaxy game. They look really good. It has great dialogue in it. Like Drex has sounds like Drex the whole game. I love it. Um, uh, yeah, Jurassic World, Kovaris. I saw that game. So many good games right now. Let me see latest. Browse. PS5. Oh, UFC 4 is coming out. Battlegrounds free. I might get that. Rock League's always a fun game. I've tried a little bit of the Call of Duty stuff. It's all right.
Eh, well, I like the Medal of Honor. Like, well, of course, I played the older Medal of Honors like Rising Sun and Big Red One or wait, was Big Red One Call of Duty?
Well, it's either way. Those Medal of Honor games. I remember they were the leading top tier games at one point in time when it came to first person shooter games and campaigns.
Oh yeah, I own.
They kind of fell off the ball. I don't know what happened to the whole development group and
Yeah,
everything like that.
I think the Big Red One was Call of Duty, but I remember I played. Really liked European Assault, and I really liked Rising Sun.
Mm, so yeah, so
You ever play the SimCity games?
yeah, I have SimCity actually on the my PlayStation right now. I have SimCity. I also have Mars, the Mars game. Where you build a Mars base station. Yeah, I love those of simulator games. You know
No.
those that would be a What they call those? I forgot what it was called. But,
Simulation.
well, it's not a simulation. There's a certain strategy to it. They
Oh,
call it a certain thing.
like a strategy game, probably. It's just something simple.
Let me see. Let me just look it up on the my game library real quick. Yeah, City Skylines is a where is
Yeah. See, I searched long and hard for it. SimCity 3000 Unlimited.
Paradox. So it's a city builder. Read more. Dark city builder simulation. I don't know why it won't give me the key phrase. Oh, there we go. Simulate. Oh, development. Oh, that's it. Interesting. Not really much key phrases for this game, just other than simulation, simulator, and development.
Yeah. See, I went out of my way to. I searched high and low for SimCity 3000. I finally found it, but I had to buy it from a Polish company.
Oh wow.
There, but that's kind of funny. I've only found one other person that when they build up the big huge city in SimCity just to destroy it with natural disasters.
Yeah, I have a buddy
I
that
only
does
found
that.
one person who hasn't done that.
I don't have that unlocked yet. I haven't done that yet, so I don't have
Oh,
that.
see, you can have that right away in 3000. That's why I like 3000 just because it's a lot simpler. It's easier to lay out the city, you know. I
Hmm.
tried that sky. I think I tried the Skylines. I didn't like it very much, but it's a lot. I think.
It's been ported over to the consoles very well now. It's actually it's pretty fun to play on consoles. They figured it out pretty well right now. I recommend it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a pretty good port. Pretty good. Pretty good. And they've gotten if you get it on the next gen consoles, there's a lot of DLC. There's so much DLC. There's so much content for it. There's I think over $100 worth of content for it, which is amazing for a game that's its original price was like $20, and now there's over $100 worth of content or more. I think it's actually $300 worth of content. It's pretty amazing how much content out there. I think someone broke a record up to $20,000 worth of purchase content for a video game.
uh, holy crap!
Yeah, yeah.
I wish I had that kind of money to spend.
Rough. I wish I didn't have that kind of money to spend. If I was spending $20,000 on video games, there's something wrong with me. Jesus, that's pretty crazy.
I mean, I guess if it's your hobby, it's one thing, but
I don't know. I'd rather give the $20,000 to somebody else. Give it to people who could use like I don't know. It was a kid. I heard it was a kid buying stuff with his dad's credit card over time. That's what the rumor was. There's a kid who bought stuff over his dad's credit card. Or it was a credit card purchases.
it had to have been in one shot there because if I did that over time with my dad's credit card, I would have been getting an ass whooping.
Well, the thing is, small things over time is hard to notice. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
20 bucks here.
my dad would notice $20 here when he gets a letter going. Okay, what the hell? That's more than I think I charge. No, but I
Nice.
guess if you don't pay attention to your bills, you
So,
just
what are your
pay it.
plans for today?
Question of track. Then I'm gonna be making some shrimp Alfredo for supper.
Cool.
And that, so
All right. Well, I'm gonna be getting ready to start streaming pretty soon. I got some errands to run, and then I'll be streaming some Battlefield content today. Battlefield 2042 today. I bought on the PS4 edition, taking it pretty easy. It's a Sunday, and then probably maybe hopefully streaming some Dying Light if I find the energy to do so. But
yeah,
like I said, I'm more of a Battlefield content creator. That's my thing is
yeah.
competitive first person shooter. Um, it's just being able to play against real people and see how they play the battlefield and how they attack is always fun and learning new things. So,
Well, hey there, Irving Rushing. There, does it say VUM today?
so that's a bot. That's a bot that you it's recommended to delete.
Oh, is that a bot?
Yeah, they're recommended to delete. I guess they're Russian. I guess that's what the joke is. But I guess they're not they're bad links. I don't know. I've never clicked on one to see if they actually work.
Oh, I wouldn't recommend that
Yeah,
because
I don't.
back in the day, there a lot of these hackers, back before we had stuff like this, um,
Hmm.
the they used to have when back when floppy disks were a thing, people would load a virus or stuff onto this floppy disk, and then they'll just drop them outside of a bank or whatever, whatever. And someone's always stupid enough to pick one up and put it in their computer to see what it was.
Yeah, dude, I've
They
heard
just-
about that. Yeah, like there were I just did a training video about cybersecurity and stuff like that, and they're like, if you find a USB drive on the floor and it's marked payroll, don't pick it up and stick it on your computer and check it out. And I was suggesting to my boss, dude, if we find it, if we have an employee who finds a USB drive and marks payroll and they stick in the computer to find it out, I think the employee is the problem because they're more worried about that instead of just handing it in to security. You know what I mean? Like I'd fire that person instead of trying to train them. Like what kind of person does that? That's
yeah, but we
scandalous,
find
dude.
a floppy disk on the sidewalk there. They're they're there. I would not stick it in the computer. I'd at least go ask, are we missing a floppy disk or something, or what's going? At least ask about it. Go, because you'd be in a lot less trouble asking if it's something you're missing. If let's say someone accidentally dropped it, then someone's sticking it in their computer, then all of a sudden, holy crap, where's all the bank's money?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just easier just to pick it up and take it to the front desk. Here, I found this outside, and then just to walk away with it and not deal with it. And then I just can't imagine the person who would do that if it's marked payroll and it's marked the company property, and then that someone would actually stick it on the personal computer and do that. It's just too easy to set up, and like that person's more of a liability than the actual thief to me. So, but anyways, I appreciate you inviting me
Yeah,
on your show today. I have
thank
some
you.
pardon
I said thank you for coming. It's fun talking to you
for sure.
there. Yeah, anybody who's watching, go check out Simple Jack Live. He has a fun channel to listen to there. I've
Yeah.
even started a drinking game on his channel. Every time they say "bro," I'll take a shot.
That's fantastic. So yeah, go ahead and when you look for my name, type in Simple Jack Live and type in Battlefield 2042 after that, and that will keyword or key search the engine because if you type in Simple Jack, you'll just end up looking at Tropic Thunder stuff, which is where the character came from. Simple Jack, the name came from a movie called Tropic Thunder, which is a movie which is not supposed to be seen by people these days because it's hilarious, fun, and breaking all kinds of PC rules. So I appreciate you having on me a Gorilla's Random Thoughts. I like that name. I like your
Well,
avatar.
there's actually a story behind the gorilla name. I was actually on a stream there. I can't remember whose stream it was, but the person was going off about how they absolutely hated Alex Jones there. And now
Okay.
they just had Alex Jones on the Tim Pool podcast like a few days before that. And on the
hmm
podcast, he just started pounding his chest, going, "I am a gorilla." So I just stuck that on there as a joke. I am a gorilla on my Streamlabs thing just to piss him off. Then I kind of forgot to change it when I went on the Salty Checkers panel, and it just kind of evolved from there.
Oh, how funny! It's amazing how jokes eventually become truths.
Yeah, but it's like they just take a person off because they absolutely hate a person, and then it just evolves into stuff.
All right, friends. All right, battle buddies. This is
So,
Simple Jack signing off. Thank you,
yep,
Gorilla's Random Thoughts. I appreciate your time today. Thank you.
yep, I'll probably be streaming. I'll try to stream again at 6 o'clock tomorrow. I'll figure out a topic to talk about then. If anybody wants to join me then, hit the like button, and thank you very much for joining us.
Later.
Thank you, Simple Jack.
You're welcome, brother.
Mm.